Amazing. Okay, awesome. We're live. I'm coming live at you from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm super pumped for today's No Agent Left Behind Masterclass. We have the one, the only Katie Day from the Move Me to Texas team. She's awesome. She's incredible. For the people that came to our Further Together event a little over a week ago, she just dropped so many incredible AI nuggets. So super pumped that you're here sharing your time with us, Katie. I was going to chat GPT an intro for you, but obviously I have way more respect for you. But for the people that are going to be tuning in right now, that are tuned in right now, and for the people that are going to watch after, give us a quick little brief intro of who you are, where you're from, and what you're known for.
My name is Katie Day. I am a real estate agent and team leader of the Move Me to Texas team with Real Broker. And I like eating tasty food, selling houses, and talking about marketing and video and AI.
Love it.
Does that work?
Yeah. What's the tastiest food you've had recently? Because I know you're a huge foodie.
Oh, so I recently went to a Cuban restaurant and had a lovely steak. It was skirt steak with like red and green chimichurri. I got double plantains because I'm fat like that, and rice and beans, and it was like a top-notch meal. As we were leaving the restaurant, I booked another reservation, like book a meeting from a meeting. I booked a meal from a meal because, and I feel like you can relate to that.
That's crazy. It's the acronym is BAM FAM, right? Book
Yeah,
a
book a
meeting
meeting
from a meeting.
Yep.
This is awesome. You've just
Book a meal.
book a meal from a meal. Sick. Okay, I love it. So Katie, let's get right into it. Right, you've really gone down the rabbit hole with AI. You've implemented it in your business with your team. I know you're a speaker, not keynote speaker presenter for Jason Pantana's AIM with Tom Ferry. So a lot of the agents are going to be watching now and tuning in later. Let's just go through what are the things that agents absolutely need to be implementing into their business regarding AI tools, and maybe some of the things that we're not too familiar with that you might want to share. So let's just open this up.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, as you're getting that pulled up, I think the biggest thing is like oftentimes we get overwhelmed by AI, and so like my recommendation is for you to kind of like pick a thing and do one thing, right? Like I think that when you're like, okay, I need to revamp all of my marketing, I need to revamp all of my stuff, like it gets very overwhelming. And so today, what we're going to talk about, I think, is something that's like very palatable and easy to do, right? Like we did it 1 week on our team meeting. So that's why I'm kind of excited to talk about it. So I kind of want to set the stage a little bit as far as AI and talk about like what is your 2026 AI edge, right? But before we look forward and look to this year, we kind of got to look backward, right? So when we look at like 2024, 2025, 2026, where has it been and where is it heading, right? 2024, the word of the year for AI, in my opinion, was assistive, right? You could use it, but you had to keep it on a short leash, right? We were using it for super basic tasks. Right?
Like what were some of the tasks like assistive in 2024? What were people doing to assist in their business utilizing AI?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it was like write a listing description, give me a photo caption, like and I think people are still doing that now. I mean, I think people are definitely still doing that now, but like now you can have it where you're like, these are the words I don't want you to use these words, put in this many this, like you can have it do way more now, right? And so I think that like some people are kind of still stuck in 2024. I'm curious, like for anyone that's watching live, you can put in the little chat if you're not driving. Put in the chat like what's something that you were using AI for. Would love to, get some input or whatever from people that are watching. But assistive, right? Then we moved into 2025 and like AI started to get smarter. AI started to do more. And so like I think that in 2025 is really amplifying. And so like inside of AIM, real estate professionals are amplifying their marketing, right? AIM has prompting tools. It has AI search stuff. It has automations, video production, blogging, like kind of no matter what you are doing, we're working to try to figure out as many things that you can do to amplify your business using AI, right? Amplifying your business using AI. And so then when we look to 2026, the word of the year is assumed. I assume you're using AI at a high level. Your clients assume that you're using AI to help to promote their listings and streamline the process. And you should assume that your competitors are using it. So if it's something that you feel like maybe is a little bit daunting, like again, start taking 15 minutes a day or 15 minutes a week to work on it. so that it starts becoming part of your process. All right.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure I was translating properly for my little Canadian buddy, Stephen Kim.
And I want to emphasize in 2026 that our clients are assuming that we are utilizing AI and AI tools to help sell their listings, to help them in the buyer process. Like just like when, social media came to stage and agents were like, I'm not sure if I'm going to get on social media. And then there was a big shift in that social media was just assumed, like you are utilizing social media tools to help promote my needs and interests regarding buying or selling in real estate. So this is a huge catalyst for people if they haven't started AI, right? I'm not going to say you're late to the game, but just understand that our clients assume that we already are utilizing some of these tools.
Yeah. No, and it's like the of course marketing, right? That we've talked about for years. Of course we take professional photos. Of course we do a this and that. And so like I do think sometimes it's still a differentiator. Like I go through, especially when we have like expired listings, right? Mm-hmm. I go through and some of them don't have professional photos. Some of them don't have video walkthroughs or a 3D tour. And like depending on the price point, like that's like an of course marketing type thing. And so that's just adding AI to that list of course we use AI too. Blah 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 blah. Right?
Love it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna give you more than blah 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 blah. Don't worry, y'all. Don't worry. We've got you. All right. So what's next for AI and marketing? That's what we're here to answer today. OpenAI, Sam Altman said like AI is going to seep into all areas of the economy and society. We expect everything to be smart, right? We expect everything to be smart. And like, I think that we're seeing it more and more. I was laughing the other day. I went to do something and like my internet was moving super slow. And I'm like, I'm of the generation that like we had dial-up internet at home, right? And like you'd like set the computer on and like go do stuff and come back and hopefully be connected to the internet. Like, could you even imagine like your kids today with internet like that? They would die, right? We expect.
I didn't have internet until my first year university. I would literally download two songs off LimeWire. Yep. I'd come back like an hour and a half later, and it was like just finishing up the second like song. Like, yeah, that's patience is a virtue.
I love it. All right. So today what we're going to talk about is being found, right? Yeah. AI search and how we can be found better online. And so 82% of Americans are using AI for housing market. Again, I don't know what the conversion rate is to Canadians, but I would assume that's probably like 95% of Canadians are using AI for housing market search. And so people are using ChatGPT, they're using Google AI overviews in AI mode, Perplexity. One of the things interesting enough is Perplexity also has the highest concentration of affluent users, so like luxury. Yes. So I would search yourself or search for your city, and we'll kind of get into that. But how do you win an AI search? So the first way is to show up on the sites that AI references for recommendations. So you're like, okay, well, what are the sites that AI references for recommendations? I don't know what they are. Okay. And so what we can do is I can hop into ChatGPT just because that's easy to use. It's always pulled up on my thing. And I can say like, what's a city? You want me to do Toronto?
Yep.
Who's the best real estate agent to sell my house in Toronto, Ontario, Canada? And then we wait. What does it say?
Please be the Stephen Kim group. Please be the Stephen Kim group. Please be the Stephen Kim group. I've already done this. I know who it is.
I know. It's thinking.
And I spoke with her. Yeah.
It's thinking.
This was a huge eye opener for me late last year, right? Where I saw a shift in speaking with clients. They're like, yeah, I'm like, what are some of the search engines? And I had a number of clients be like, oh, we're just throwing in a ChatGPT now.
Yeah.
Like they've completely bypassed Google. So people that are spending thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on Google, you're missing a huge component in your business that you got to be found where our clients are searching right now.
I don't know why it's thinking so hard.
That's okay.
Here, I'm pulling up another one. All right. So it says, hi, here are some highly rated real estate agents and teams in Toronto, Ontario, Canada that are well reviewed for selling homes. Let's remember that. Well reviewed for selling homes. You can contact them. They're never going to say this is the one person you should go to, right? Yep. They're never going to say this is the person, but here are all of these people, right?
So here we have Fox Marin, the Ramos team, Braille team, things like that. What's crazy is I went and I looked at every single one of these sites, and I would say for over 50%, more than 50% of these don't have as many Google reviews as we do. And
So
so,
I
yeah,
love that you say that, right? So there's
yeah,
two things that I want to focus in on. One is you come down here to the bottom of the page where it says sources, and you click this, and then over here on the right, it has a few different things, right? It has rate my agent, rank my agent, Zillow, Five Walls, Fox Marin. This is their actual Christine Cohen team, Cohen
yep.
actual website, right? And so as you look at these, some of these are team websites, right? But some of
That should
them
be a
are
Yeah, that should be a huge light bulb for everyone right now that bypasses or hasn't put thought into your real estate. That AI is searching for, keyword rich topics, relevant topics regarding Toronto real estate. And you can and I can like we pack our real estate, or sorry, we pack our website with SEO rich searchable terms that buyers and sellers are looking for right now. So do not bypass, do not sleep on your website. It is a huge tool utilization regarding AI search.
I love that you say that. So what we clicked on at the bottom is the source citations. It's the websites that AI finds through its own search and then uses them to support or explain an answer. Okay. And so some of the more public websites, like I know are on there, but then again, some of them are websites. And so how can you show up as the best real estate agent in your city? So there's a few things that you can do. The first is Listicle Pages. And see, these are articles that organize choices into ranked or group lists, making it easy to make it comparisons for AI to extract answers. And we'll get into what that looks like here in a bit. One other public facing one is Reddit. Reddit is actually the most cited source in all search categories. And so oftentimes, like if you search for things, like the other day I searched why would someone move to real? And I one of the answers in the top thing, it's like, joinreal.com, real brokerage, da 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 da. And then it's like Reddit. And it's
Yeah.
people asking
Yeah.
questions and answers. And so I think about that, like who's the best real estate agent in Toronto? I can almost guarantee you that's on Reddit somewhere. Why not take that link and send it to all of your clients and ask them to put the Stephen Kim group?
Isn't that wild? Okay,
Especially if AI is pulling it.
Let's just pause there for one quick second. Your next drip email that goes out to your clients is just something of value. But hey, it would mean the world to me if you wouldn't mind clicking this link and just adding our name to this Reddit thread. Ask, ask, ask. And you know what? For people that have reluctance around asking people they already know, like, and trust about wanting to buy or sell, just then ask for this quick little like 2-second hack. Send them the Reddit link that talks about the best real estate agent team in Toronto and ask them just to post a comment on your behalf. Love it. Love it.
And it's
Love it.
like
Love it.
so much easier than writing a review because it's like I've got
Yeah.
to like, okay, Stephen was great. He helped us sell our house. Like they don't necessarily know what to say or have like
Yeah.
that in mind. So it's like just search, find it on Reddit, find the thread, send the link to it, and be like, yo, can you just put my name? That's all you need. Right. And then if they do that and you go back and you see it, the one problem is sometimes it's like, anonymous swan 27 is their username. So I have no idea who said it. But if they're like, if they send it, then like send them a little gift card or send them like some Tim Hortons.
Good.
We don't drink Starbucks. I was trying to think of Tim. Yeah. Anyways, the other one is YouTube, right? And so the citations from YouTube is like, it's been crazy. And so these are two things. Like if you're creating YouTube content or you're having people put comments on Reddit that can give you an unfair advantage. Okay. The next thing that you can do is engineer your profiles to beat other agents to the answer, right? Engineer your profiles, your bios to beat other agents. So what profiles matter the most? Okay. It's really about relevance, right? You want AI to be like, they see you everywhere, right? Like we've always talked about like video marketing. Stephen, you've done a video a day for like your entire life.
Yep.
And people are always like, I see you everywhere, right?
Funny.
Now we want
happens.
AI to say that too.
Yeah. And that's like an added level of like omnipresence, right? Like I see you everywhere, right? So AI is the new stage, the new platform where our clients are at. So we got to get on that stage.
All right. So the way that you should engineer your profile is this. Google's ranking algorithm prioritizes content that signals eat. Stephen loves to eat. AI
Love
looks
to
for the
eat.
same attributes. So it's expertise, experience, authority, and trustworthiness is the EEAT acronym. And it's like, you got to be a little braggy. You got to really put these 4 things out there. Okay. Stephen, you mentioned, right, that you've been focused in on getting reviews for a very long time, right?
Yep.
You've been focused in on getting as many Google reviews as possible because everyone goes to Google, and then the profiles that have more reviews, or you're doing Google local service ads, or like you're going to rise to the top when you optimize your Google business page. You should still be doing that. But what's crazy is you'd be shocked to learn that AI can't actually read reviews. And even if it could, it's too lazy. It doesn't want to go through and read every single review on Stephen Kim's page, and then someone else's page, and then someone else's page, to then make a recommendation. It's just
And this is
combing the internet.
Yeah, and like, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater is kind of the emphasis around this. Like, so it's not like, oh my gosh, like I worked so hard to get Google reviews and I'm going to stop that engine. No, don't. There's still
Keep
a
getting them.
there's still a proportion of people that are going on Google to search for real estate agents and services. So again, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
And AI can't read reviews now. AI also
Yeah.
can do tasks for you. And now you have all of these, AI models. It's not just a LLM. You're having agentic AI that you can say, do these things in this order at this time every day. And it does it, right? So like, they can't read reviews today, but like tomorrow or next year, what we have no idea where it'll be, right?
Yep.
All
Yep.
right. So profiles, Google, Zillow, Yelp, Facebook, anywhere where you can have a bio, right? Realtor, anything, right? You can have a bio. And so you want to optimize your bio for search engines. The best way, if you want all of these slides and you want this free prompt from AIM, is to go into Instagram. And there's a post on my Instagram here. If you comment Toronto on this post on my Instagram, I'll send you these slides that we're going through right now, and then you can click to get this prompt, right? Because like I don't, we're not live. I can't DM y'all, right? So this is the prompt, and it's basically a way to optimize your bio for AI search engines. And so when people are searching for who's the top real estate agent, which realtor sells the most homes, what's the best, who's the best buyer's agent for luxury in Toronto, it will hopefully start to show you. And so you basically take this prompt, you copy it, you paste it into ChatGPT, right? And then it's going to ask you a bunch of questions as far as like, here's what's your current bio? How are you writing this? Is this like under a team? It should be in third person for better searching. So that would be like Katie Day instead of I, right?
Yep.
Where you're licensed, how many markets you serve, how long you've sold, your reviews, your this, your that. Because like, I can tell you that I have, let me share this tab. I can tell you that I have, 500 reviews, and then Google will, or AI will pull that, but it won't read that I have 500 reviews.
Yeah.
Right. So the prompt, you basically, again, just would come in here, scroll down, copy this, paste it into ChatGPT, and then it's going to ask you a bunch of questions and things to do. And then it'll give you a short, medium, and long bio. Because like some of them, like you can only have 100 and 200 characters. Some of them, like if it's on your website, make it as long as possible, kind of thing.
And it's okay, like you said, like you mentioned before, like it's okay to be a little braggy right now. And I'm going to encourage everyone to be a little bit braggy, because I really hope that you step up your AI search engine game, and you are searchable in your marketplace. So it's okay to be a little bit braggy right now. Go for it. I encourage you. Green light, go for it.
Well, and I've also found that sometimes it's like you need to be in order to earn the business.
Yep.
Right.
Huge.
Like there's something to be said about being like a little bit more subdued, or kind of low key. But it's like, if you have sold 50 homes in a specific neighborhood, or you're the number one agent in the city, or whatever, or in your subdivision, you've sold 80% of the homes, like whatever it is, like you should be saying that.
Yep.
In order
I agree.
to have that unfair advantage, right?
It goes back to that concept of agent. Are you going to be the agent of choice or agent of chance? And we've all heard this before. Like, it's finally time to kind of wake up. Wake up. AI has leveled the playing field. It truly has. Whether you're a massive influencer like you, Katie Day, that's got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers, we are on the same level right now when it comes to the AI game. And so I encourage everyone to really spend some time every day, stop the doom scrolling, spend 15 minutes of doom scrolling into AI, and you're just going to be so much more proficient in the next 60 days.
Yeah, I always try to at least once a week watch some sort of video or do something, right? Not just learn, not just take in more information, but actually implement so that I can, stay in the know. All right. So number 3 is publish comparison pages that people would click on. So number 1 was like show up on the searches. Number 2 is engineer your profiles. And then now number 3 is something that you can do, as Steven said, on your website. Okay. On your website. And so we talked about the listicles. And so the question is, can you make your own listicle? And the answer is 100%. 100% you can make your own listicle. So giving you some thought process, some ideas that you could potentially do. If you're watching this, I would love to know which one resonates with you. Number 1, why Toronto home sellers recommend Stephen Kim homes based on blank verified reviews. That's the key, based on blank verified reviews, right? Because when we went to ChatGPT and we asked, it says like, hey, with many reviews, with positive seller feedback, high review count, right? You could say Stephen Kim group based on 500 verified reviews. Obviously, you need to like actually have the reviews, right?
Yep.
But based on blank verified reviews. Number 2, top 10 qualities Toronto sellers should look for in a real estate listing agent. They're all going to be Steven's qualities. Like Steven's going to put this on his website. They're going to be Steve's qualities, right? Top producing ABC realty agents in Toronto based on 2025 sales data.
Yeah. That's going to be a big one, I think. So that's not public knowledge in our marketplace. Like, someone can't just go onto Google or do an AI search and be like, how many homes did the Stephen Kim group, transact on in 2025? I know in markets in the US that is accessible, but for everyone kind of in the Toronto GTA area, that will become accessible.
Yeah.
Like in the very near future, right? So this is going to be, I think, a huge differentiator for people that post, on Instagram and socials, like, hey, this, that, whatever. Now the public is going to be able to see, hey, well, you actually only did one deal last year, right? And so I think this is going to level the playing field as well.
But this is where you get braggy, right? Like,
yeah,
if
exactly.
has sold, 50 homes in Richmond Hill, right? This is where you put that in order to rank higher. And then finally, how to choose a top realtor to list and sell your home, a 2026 guide. And so when you're thinking about these things, like these are 4 ideas, think about like, do you have a niche, right? You can go next level, create subservice pages. Most people, you have buy or sell, right? You go to your website, it's like you can buy, you can sell. Here are your things, maybe invest, right? In a world where people are asking AI super, super granular questions, right? You can be specific to be those answers. So you could have expireds, luxury, military, concierge, move-ups, right sizing, first-time home buyers or sellers, confidentiality, negotiation, relocation, data, all of these things as sub-pages on your website that then push your website higher in search.
And for everyone that's like, oh, but like, I don't want to specialize in a particular niche market. I did a talk a couple of years ago when Drew was doing his big tour with Real. And the whole basis of my talk was this: like, generalists in business get punished. Specialists get paid. I'll say it again. Generalists in business, real estate as well, get punished. Specialists get paid. So niche down on one, maybe two of the 12 that Katie's shared, right? This is just a little snapshot. There's hundreds of niche markets. Hunker down on that, because I can promise you a majority of your business in the next, 24, 36 months, you'll start to hit, because people are getting much better with their AI search. The reason for that is AI continues to prompt you more and more and more to get more granular in your search. So let's really, really niche down, be a specialist on one or two of these sub markets.
And it can also be like an area, right? It can
Yeah.
also
Yes.
be
Yeah.
a, neighborhood or part of town, or, something like that. And I think the more specific you get, like, Stephen, if all you talked about was Richmond Hill, right?
Yeah.
That's all you did. You would still sell homes in other areas.
Yeah.
You would
Huge.
still sell pre-construction, like you would still sell a condo. Like other people will still come to you, right? But if every single listing appointment you went on was right around the corner, like how much better would that be, right? Especially with Toronto traffic. Okay.
Yeah, and let's just drop in the comments, like, for the people, like, who are comfortable, like, where are your specialties? Like, what do you specialize in? Are you maybe a downsizer? Are you first time home buyer expert? Are you a neighborhood expert? But let's see in the comments, where are you niching down? Where are your specialties in real estate?
All right. If you want the link to the prompt, you go to that Toronto post on my page, type in Toronto on it, and I can get you my slides so that you
Awesome.
can see them. Um, but kind of that's what I got, man.
I love it. I love it. Like little quick hits. Andrew says first time home buyer. Oh, Rocky says right sizing. That is such a great term, Rocky. I've never heard that. Right sizing. Jenny talks about downsizing. A great Whitehorse home. Love you guys, Dana and Brianna. Relocation RCMP transfers. Absolutely love that. Love that. So sis, you're always like forward thinking. Um, I love the journey with regards to this path of AI that you've been on, right? You're speaking now, you're touring the world, uh, sharing these AI tips and tactics. If I literally like am just starting, I just watched this live stream and I'm starting. I'm going to dip my toe in the water when it comes to AI. What's the first thing I should be doing
Oh, that's a great question. I think the you
for
need to pick.
agents? Yeah,
Yeah. I think the first thing to do is you need to pick a platform that you're going to use. And so that could be ChatGPT, it could be Perplexity, it could be Gemini, like whatever it is, that's fine. Right. But like I think that too often, as you said, like, you know, specialist versus generalist, like
yeah,
when it comes to AI, oftentimes people are like, oh, I'm gonna do every single thing that I hear about, I'm gonna try it. Right. And then like you don't ever actually get good at anything.
yeah,
And it's kind of the same thing with like AIM is like I talk to people all the time that are like, okay, I'm trying to like watch every single thing that Jason is teaching. And I'm like, well, let's just focus it on like where can you better streamline your business? Where can you create better SOPs? Where can you lean in on AI to make things easier? And they're like, oh, like this, and this. I'm like, all right, well, let's start with those three things and like get really good at those. And then once you get good at those, add in more. And so like, if it's just using ChatGPT for right now, like, use that.
yeah,
I think one easy thing to do is the search bio EEAT that I showed.
yeah,
That's super easy to do. The prompt is free in AIM, so like you can go in and just copy paste it and then like have that. And
yeah,
like again, we did it on a team meeting with my team, and everyone had their bio within like 20 minutes, right? So it's
yeah,
not a difficult process to complete.
yeah. Right. If your entry point into AI is just ChatGPT right now listing descriptions, then start there. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But if there's one nugget, if I can just share my experience with my foray into AI, like where am I now? I am heavy into the searchable. You talked about
Yeah.
the EAT acronym. That's me. So I've set up meetings with Yelp. It's funny. Everyone right now, if you don't have a Yelp account, go. It's free, and then
Mhm.
you're going to get bombarded with your Yelp account advisor, and they're going to walk you through how to become searchable. And guess what? It's crazy. It's free.
Yeah.
It's free, and we like free. And then get on Reddit, send that link to your clients, and that people are searching around Toronto real estate. And we hear this a lot, like searching for the best Toronto realtor, this, that. Toronto's massive, right? You cannot be a specialist in Toronto. Trust me, you can't. There are hundreds of niche markets in Toronto. Focus in on a particular neighborhood. So if you're Liberty Village, amazing. Liberty Village, super vibrant, young professionals. It's awesome. Who's the demographic of people living in Liberty Village, and then just crush that little micro market, right? I think that's it. So again, generalists get punished, specialists get paid. Lisbeth talks about how she's niching down in the Latino community in Toronto, and she's awesome, amazing, incredible team. Sam talks about the luxury market, which is fantastic. Um, okay, so this is kind of the entry into foray. Now, can you give advice on maybe in the intermediate phase of AI? If I'm in the intermediate phase of AI, like what are the things that I should absolutely be focusing my time and attention on?
Um, I think it's integrating it into your processes, right? And so, I think about we're saying like, hey, you go into Chat GPT, you're like, hey, here's like it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on this much land, and blah blah blah, whatever. Write me a listing description, and like that's kind of all you type in. Um, you know, with all of these apps being integrated into like Chat GPT, like Zillow and Redfin, and like all of these portals are like integrating, and everything is becoming interconnected, right? You can now like optimize what you're writing as far as your listing descriptions for Zillow to pull information from them. And so like again, everything's becoming very interconnected. So I think that you just need to figure out like what are the things that you can do, or how can you add AI into your current processes to like make them smoother. And the reason why I'm not giving like more specific examples is because like I think that one, not everyone has SOPs, right? And two, I think that like depending on how you're using AI today, or depending on what your process looks like there are so many different things that you can add in.
Yep.
Whether it's like the lead side of things, like if we take a zoom out in real estate, like maybe it's for creating lead magnets, and you're going to create a lead magnet for every single submarket of every single neighborhood in your city. Maybe it's that you're going to use bots to help with like some of the lead conversion to see who's serious or not serious, and then you take over the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's your listing descriptions and creating better listing tours and creating ads, with moving pictures and like different stuff like that. Like, so there's just so much stuff you can do. I think it's just like every month or every other week, you need to pick one thing and like, how can we make this better, faster, stronger, smarter using
Yeah.
AI?
Yeah. And with client facing, like our business is client facing. They want to see examples of this, right? So just dip your toe in the water, start now. Like one of the things that we did, this was back in November, we had a listing. I literally just used AI for this. It was a coming soon video. It was an image of the living room of this listing that we had that was coming out of this IKEA box. It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this moving
yeah,
box
yeah,
that came out, right? We saw this at Elite Retreat, and it came out of this a moving box, and it just posted this really cool picture. And our clients were like, "What? That's crazy!" They thought that we spent like hundreds of dollars editing this. It literally took like 8 minutes to get everything done right. So it absolutely should be complementary to our business. And for the people that are like, oh, they're worried that AI is going to take over, it's going to replace real estate agents. It's never going to. It will never. We are such a high touch point business. It'll never replace the agent. It will replace some agents, right? But if we're utilizing this tool to help run complementary to our business, we will have more business and we will just be better. We'll be better equipped to serve our clients for what their real estate needs are.
1,000%.
Uh, I wanna, for people like who are on, it's just a little over 30 minutes. If it's okay with you, Katie, can we just spend 1-2 minutes for people that might have questions on this live?
Yeah, for
Do
sure.
you have a couple minutes? Okay, so if you have any questions for Katie right now, throw it in the chat, and she will do her best to try to answer as many of them as possible. Now, there's going to be a little bit of delay as it comes in, um, but this is awesome. I love this. Thank you for sharing all these incredible
Yeah,
nuggets.
yeah,
But
yeah. And I
let's give
think
it a minute or two.
as we're waiting for people to type in or not type in questions, I think that it's one of those things that like depending on how long people have been in the business, like I know that you and I haven't like been in for that long, right? Like a decade, give or take a few years, right?
Yeah.
Like, there was a time in which like the internet wasn't part of your process, right? And then like the internet comes along and the MLS comes along, and having, online portals and websites come along. And so like there are all these iterations of, and then social media, right? Like so there are all these iterations and things that happen. And so, I think that it's interesting because like now in 2026 moving through, like now it's just AI is part of it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Questions. We have like a minute left. Proximity is key. I say this a lot. You have this AI guru right now for the next minute or two. Fire away and don't. And, I was a former teacher. There's no such thing as a bad question or a dumb question?
First
There's
question comes
so
up. We're like, no, that was
don't ask that question again. That was a dumb question.
just kidding.
Um, okay, here we go. White horse house to home. When you say oh, when you say listicles on the web page, would that go under an FAQ section?
So
Good question.
depending on what you're doing, I think can go in one of two places. So one would be that you have it under like buy and sell, and then you have more things, right? And so instead of like just buy and then all it does is come up with like, hey, here's how to buy a home, and here's where you can search for properties. Like maybe you have buy in specific neighborhoods. The other thing is like you can have sub pages on your website that aren't in the main navigation bar, right?
Mm.
That aren't in the main navigation bar. And so they could just be sub pages on your website that you don't see in the like when you click on the menu or you click on the tab, but they're on your site to where people if they're searching on the interwebs, they would get those in their searches. So it doesn't necessarily need to be an FAQ. Some people are writing them as blogs and it's just like on their blog. But so it can either be one of those three things. So it can be on your website, it can be on your website but like hidden, so like people can't see it, but it is on the internet. And then number 3 would be that it could be like on a blog.
Yeah, we're heavy with that. That's what we do. It's blog. We make our blogs very, very rich in that sense.
Yeah.
Okay, let's next question from Jenny is, can you please give 3 actionable, digestible steps on what to do today?
Actionable and digestible. Jenny is
Yeah,
getting
wow,
like
wow.
very, very
That question makes me
specific.
sweat.
Yeah, imagine. Never mind. All right. So I would say that the first thing that you should do is, all right. Step 1 would be to go to my Instagram and type Toronto in on the post so that you can get my slides that we went over today.
Do
Number
that
2,
now.
number 2 would be to go to those slides and at least start the process of getting your bio organized, right? Getting your bio into the EAT acronym. And then number 3, I would say what you should do is block out 30 minutes a week for like research and learning time to start like doing more, learning more, watching a video, watching a module, doing something in relation to like AI and the future.
Awesome. I'm going to ask you this live question is where do you,
Oh.
yeah, well, here we go. We didn't prep for this or anything to plan for this. Where do you see AI heading as it relates to real estate in the next, let's say, 12 months? So, right now, AI is not reading our reviews on Google, things like that. But where do you see is maybe going to be the main entry point to disrupt real estate, to complement real estate when it comes to AI and agents?
I mean, I think that it's twofold. The Sam Altman quote about how it's going to like seep into all facets of life. I think that like we're just going to see that more and more in life and in real estate.
Mm.
There's a news story floating around about a home buyer that purchased a home using AI as their
Yeah, I
agent in
saw that.
Texas.
Yeah,
And it's like
yeah.
a company that's based in Florida and Texas, where they have like, offices or I was going to say agents, but they don't have agents. I think agents pop in at the last minute to like write the contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
But here's the thing: is like there are so many different things that have happened over the years. Like I don't think that AI is going to take over the home buying process. Like I think it's just that like it will make things more streamlined. It will be like even when you go to Google and you type something in like the Google search bar, the AI overview and AI stuff pops up before the
Yeah.
actual
Yeah. Yeah.
search results. So I think it's just going to be all over, and I think it's going to be more ingrained into like if you go to search for a house or you type in how to buy a house, it's going to pop up different things. So whether that's again like Zillow integrations, Realtor.com, Redfin, different like different portals, different things like that. Like I think we'll start to see other companies popping up, similar to when like the iBuyer type thing. I mean, that was big in the United
Yeah.
States, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Zillow
Yeah.
buying homes, Open
Yeah.
Door, that kind of thing. Like I think we'll see companies come and go, and then like the good ones will stay, and we'll see kind of how it goes.
I love it. Love it. Okay. Last question. Vivian, Toronto. Let me add this. This is actually a great question. Is which AI tools are working best for automated follow up without losing the human touch? Great, great question.
Little bit of a contradiction there, right? Like as far as automation and without losing human touch. And so I would kind of rewind. One of the things that we always did or do with our follow-ups is instead of saying like, hey, I'm going to send out this automated email in Follow-Up Boss, right? Like we have action plans in Follow-Up Boss and in Lofty and things like that. Like instead of saying it's an automated email, it prompts you to send an email on a certain day. And there are canned emails that you can click that and edit it, right? But like some of it is automated, right? But like some of it is you need to send an email. And so that's where like, you know, I made the comment earlier about like having lead magnets. And you can create lead magnets using AI. You can then use ManyChat to respond and qualify leads. But like, Stephen, what's the average commission dollar amount that someone makes in Toronto based on like average home sale price and like all that? Like 10, between 20, 30?
20 to 25,000.
If you could make $25,000, like, do you think that you should have AI follow up or should you follow up? You know, and so that's where like I think that ManyChat and AI is great. It's amazing. But like at a certain point, you need to step in to make sure that like you make this happen and that you're giving the right knowledge and that you're creating that human connection, right? So like I would say ManyChat is great. I would say that like a lot of the CRMs are integrating AI into them. Like I know for Follow Up Boss right now, like when you talk to someone on the phone, it transcribes the entire call and then it gives you, hey, here are the things that you talked about and then here are action items, right? And so like our agents have stopped writing as many notes on their calls. And I was like, hey guys, like you still need to have your bullet points. You still need to be writing things down because like the writing things down and taking notes when you're on a call helps to like for you to actually remember it, right? So yeah, I mean, I think that there's like another thing is like I think that you could take as far as automating follow-up or helping you do better is like if you're doing a Zoom consultation, record the consultation and then drop it into Notebook LM or into chat to be like, hey, summarize this and give me the action items for the two people on the call. And then you could take that summary and send it to your client, right? So I think that there's ways to use AI, but not to remove yourself from the process completely.
I just had a huge light bulb moment. And so for those people that still like, you know, they're like, yeah, but I don't need to write the notes, whatever. You're 70% more likely to remember the thing if you write it down. I'll say it again. You're 70% more likely to remember to do the thing, the thing when you write it down. So a huge light bulb thing went off because, you know, in sales, and we're in sales, right? We're learned to paraphrase. We're learned to paraphrase what our clients tell us. So just, you know, just to get this right, Mrs. Seller, is like this and this and this are the things that you're concerned about. What you just said, Katie, is huge. So getting off the phone with a client, having AI run complementary to that to be like, these are the 3 main bullet points, send it to them in a text or an email. Hey, I just want to summarize our chat just so that we're on the same page. These are the 3 main things that we talked about. This is how I'm going to support you. So here are the challenges. Here's the support. You have it in writing. Send it to your client. Your client's going to feel all warm and fuzzy on the inside because they're like, wow, she really knows me. She was really listening to me. But you have AI running in the background to help complement that in the business, which is awesome.
On the YouTube, or at least I tried to, and maybe it didn't work because I had a link in it. If you DM me, I'm actually doing a webinar today at 2 p.m. Eastern time on creating lead magnets with AI, design, conversion, and like lead follow-up, like how to like put these out on the interwebs and then have people request them from you and like all of that today at 2 p.m. And if you DM me on Instagram, I can send you the link. So that's a little bit kind of to answer that, like AI tools for follow-up and automation. That'll be then.
I put your handle on there again for the people that maybe don't read it. Move me TOTX to Texas. Katie Day, you're amazing. We went well over time and you were super engaging. Thank you for sharing all those incredible nuggets. Any last words before you go on and you crush the day?
If you are watching this live, there are people that are watching it live. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe to Stephen's channel. He is putting out absolutely awesome knowledge, both videos on a weekly basis of like tips and tricks and things to do and going live and just here to pour back to the real estate industry. So smash that subscribe button. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah, and if you're not already following Katie Day, make sure you do. She's super responsive, especially on DM. So meet to text us. Make sure that you subscribe, you follow, you DM her. These are actionable things. Thank you so much for breaking all of this down for us, Katie. You're amazing, and can't. I look forward to having you on again in the very near future.
All right, man. Talk
All
to you
right,
soon.
be great, be kind, everyone. Cheers. Bye.